Hello everybody and welcome. I am Lady Calamere. I am doing my 136th video and it will be on Tara as a Mahavidya. Now as the Mahavidya list, the Dasa Mahavidya, which is from 1 to 10, okay, the first one being Kali and the last one being Kamala or Kamalatmika, the second in line is Tara. So Tara, she is a Hindu goddess. She's like the polar opposite of the Tibetan goddess, where a lot of the aspect of as a Tibetan bodhisattva, a lot of the aspects are more peaceful, more compassionate, and very approachable. Then she has some aspects where she could be dangerous, she could be ferocious, she could be in your face. But when you go to the Hindu side, now this is flipped over. This is a total 180, where she is mostly ferocious, fierce looking. She is scary. She haunts the cremation grounds. She's surrounded by snakes. She's standing on a prone body, which is usually identified as Shiva, who is laying beneath her, or this corpse or a preta, which means ghost, is what she stands on. And she only has a few of the benign aspects, or more approachable, or, you know, very mother-like. So we see a 180. Now we have this beautiful card, and I have to give credit where credit is due. This is Tara, Blue Tara, and it comes from beautiful oracle, Kali Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and the art is done by Jimmy Matten. I do recommend this, especially if you're into Kali and the Mahavidyas. Get this. So really beautiful artwork. We have her yantra here. So Tara, as a Hindu goddess, her number is 8. Her tree would be the Rudraksha tree. And she is also called Nila Sarasvati, which means the blue Sarasvati, because she is a dark goddess in the Mahavidyas. She's also, her skin is usually blue to black. And she does haunt the cremation grounds. And she does hang out with the serpents and the jackals. And she does look almost like Kali, and it takes a trained eye to know who they are. But I'm gonna get into that in a minute. She's married to the god of Jupiter. She is the Brihaspati. But she has an affair with the god of the moon, Soma. So, and she's also a consort of Shiva. So because of her affair with Soma, she gives birth to the plant. She gives birth to the god of Mercury in Hinduism. So let's look at some things. First of all, we're gonna look at this picture, then I'm gonna show you some other pictures if I can, because Loki's in the way. I can't move things. So here we have two goddesses, which is Kali and which is Tara. Could you tell? Okay, so we have Tara. This is actually Tara. This is Kalika. The foot. What's going on with the foot and the eye? Well, one day I'll probably do a presentation of that. When Sati, the first wife of Shiva, was offended by her father, she basically killed herself. And Shiva held onto her body in mourning. And her body one of the gods had to have her body cut up so that he could stop holding her body and become back to, taking care of the universe instead of rampaging. So where her body parts fell, a temple was built. So in Kalika temple, we have the foot. In Tarapith temple, this is Bangladesh, is where the eye fell, and they built a Tara. So now you could say, hey, this is Tara, this is Kalika, but what else? Well, at any time you see them wearing a crown. Kali wears different crowns, but if you see both of them wearing a gold crown, well, how can I tell? Tara will always have on her crown, you'll always tell, is the moon, the crescent moon, and the star. Kali does not have that. She also has different marks on her head. So, because both of them, here we see, the golden tongue, but both of them have a tongue hanging out. Kalika, and that's Tara. But even if you see them with the tongue will be hanging out, they'll have a fierce expression. And also, the bindi is different on Tara than it is on Kali. Also, Kali never wears her hair bound up. So if you see something that looks like Kali and the hair is bound up and there's a snake on top of her head, that's Tara, not Kali. Tara, also let me get some things out of this book. The Tantric Visions of the Divine Feminine by David Kinsley. I will show you some images that also Tara. And here she's wearing a star necklace. That's not Kali's. Let's see. This definitely belongs to Tara. And usually she's seen with the moon and the star, but also if you look at right here, it's much different. Yes, both images of these are Tara. So let's go look at Kali, and I'll show you the differences. So here we see Kali. She's, well, they have her breast covered up with all the malas. But she's naked and her hair hangs down. But sometimes Tara's hair hangs down, so don't let that confuse you. Here's another example of Kali. Actually, this one has a tiger skirt too. But that's actually Kali. Once in a while you may see the domestication of her, but Tara is never, she's wearing a tiger skin skirt right here. She's sitting on Shiva. Also, let's look at the things that she holds. Kali never holds a pair of shears or scissors. Tara does. Chinnamasta does. But not Kali. Also, if you see the image that looks like Kali holding a lotus, that's not Kali either. That's Tara. Another way to look at it is that Tara is shorter than Kali in stature. But also how you can tell is that Tara also has a pot belly on her, where Kali does not have a pot belly on her. So Tara can also be described like with Kali with hard breasts, and she has a snake on top of her head. So now when you see images that look like Kali, but it's quite different, it's Tara. Like I said, Kali is usually shown naked, where Tara is not. I'll get, see if I have another picture of her. This is not good because I can't. I should have went through this before. Well, a lot of times Tara is not going to be, she may not wear human arms on her waist. You're going to see a tiger skirt. You may see skulls around her neck and severed heads. But she's not, but she's wearing a, not wearing arms, she's wearing a tiger skirt. So that's how you can tell the difference between them. Tara is called Blue Sarasvati for a reason, Nila Sarasvati. She is a goddess of wisdom. She imports knowledge and wisdom. She worshipped for good and eloquent speeches. She's worshipped to be, you can use her to be recognized by your government or by politicians, especially if you're meeting politicians and you're meeting important people or people of position and power. You can use Tara to gain appreciation for them. You can use Tara to gain poetic ability, for speech, for art. So if you're an artist, Tara is a good one for you. She's good if you're a teacher. So if you do presentations like I do, Tara is also one to reach out to. She also gives liberation and moksha. She can give you the power of not having to come back in your next life unless you want to. She is the power of the divine word. In fact, Taraka can also be another word for Om, the divine word. Aum or Om. Either one is good. So, she is the vibration of the word. She is the power of the word. She is the power of speech. So, let's look at it this way. Kali, what Kali does, so the things that Kali does is what Tara is the work of. So what Kali creates is like sort of like Tara. So what Kali, so in the wake of Kali comes Tara. So Tara can also be seen in the cremation ground as the fire. Yes, fire is Agni. God, he's the god of fire. If you want to learn about Agni, I have a presentation on it. But she's also looked at and viewed as the cremation fire of the cremation ground. She's a goddess of lotuses. So her flowers, or definitely the red hibiscus, she also loves lotuses. What you doing, boy? What you doing, Joker? Joker's here. Oh, boy. Tara can be found in cremation grounds. We're talking about the Hindu Tara. No! You're not knocking over the camera stand. Almost just had to redo this. So she resides in the cremation grounds, in the forests. She can be seen with in the wilderness. So here, cemeteries and graveyards. Crematories we have here. So the crematory fire that we have here in America can also represent Tara. So the location, primary locations that you can find in your body, she is found in the navel chakra. And that deals with the illumination of speech. Her other places, it leaps from the navel chakra, because she's not just stationary. She's not a stationary goddess in the body. She rises to the third eye. So from the navel chakra to the head. Also in the tongue. So our tongue is also another place in the body. So Tara deals with speech. She is the power on the mystic level. We're talking about mantras, chanting, the saying of magical words. Because like I said, she is the power of Om. She is the power of poetry too, and of even political speeches. She deals with that. So I know Sarasvati deals with it too. Again, you gotta understand, this is not Highlander, okay? It's not just you know, one deity rules over this and that's it. That's not how it works. Okay? It's not this, there can only be one. So she does deal with speech, whether it be mundane or magical. She can also give the power of position and wealth. The Hindu Tara deals with position and wealth. Now the snake on her head is Akshobhya. It's the sage Akshobhya. In case I forgot to mention that. So when I say what Kali does, Tara is, if a house burns down, say Kali is the fire and burning down the house, the result is the cinders, is the ash, is the smoke. Yes, Dhumavati is the smoky one. So she would be seen as smoke, but the action of what happens afterwards. If a forest burns down, what you have? Cinders, soot. That would be like the Tara. That's the best way I could put what Kali does, Tara is. So Tara is very close to Kali. She looks like Kali. And Sri Ramprasad wrote many poems about her. And he basically used Kali and Tara interchangeably. He called her the divine mother of the universe. She is the second of the Mahavidyas, which means Kali is the revealed truth. Tara is right next to it. Yes, Tara can give pleasures, luxury, but she can also do shock value to open your mind. Where in Tibetan bodhisattvas, she's compassionate, empathetic, loving, nurturing. She's all that. But in the Hindu Mahavidya, she's shock value. She will shock you into realization. Tara helps you realize that you've been whole. That you've been whole from birth, but you were taught to be limited. By whatever caste you are, or whether you're born into poverty or born into extreme wealth, what your parents wanted you to do. Sometimes the things our parents teach us, sometimes they're good, but sometimes they could be self-limiting. Sometimes the things you say are actually the echoes of what your parents made you feel like. Like, if you wanted to go to say, my age, 51 years old, you wanted to go to a metal concert, and you're like, nah, that's for young people. Let the young people go. You don't need to go. You'll be laughed at. You don't need to enjoy yourself. That could be something, hey, wait a minute. Isn't that something from what my mom told me? Or what my mom would say? Or maybe there's experiences like, you know, maybe you went to a metal concert with your parent, and back then he or she was looked at, and you feel maybe that's going to happen to you. People are going to look at you weird, and you define yourself. Maybe you were told you are supposed to be, I don't know, just a lawyer. Maybe you wanted to be a doctor, but your parents wanted to be a lawyer because their parents was a lawyer, and their parents before them were lawyers. So now you have to be a lawyer. You can break that. Tarot shows you that you can break the mold. You can be an individual, and realizing that you're just not an individual, you're also part of the divine, and the divine lives within you. And sometimes we know this, but we forget it. And we forget that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Sometimes we feel like we're a human being having a spiritual experience. Tarot helps you attain luxuries, but also attain liberation. People tell you that in order to be whole, you need cosmetics, you need perfumes, you need this certain food, you need to buy this computer to feel whole, you need to buy this, you need to live in a certain neighborhood. Oh, no, you need a certain car to feel whole. And that can make you happy. And sometimes we want this. And if someone keeps saying, you need this, you need that, when all you need is a car. It's nice to have a Lamborghini, a Jaguar. But if you just need a car to get around from point A to point B, then a car like a Kia or a Toyota can get you places. You know, maybe not as in style as the Lamborghini. You know, a mansion is nice to live, but sometimes a cottage will do. You know, it's nice to have caviar and lobster, but a turkey sandwich will also fill your hunger. You know, a slice of pizza, or if you want to be healthy, fine, eat a salad. You know, you don't need to eat lobster and caviar and snow crabs to fill your body and to survive. Okay, a chicken sandwich at a pub will do just fine to fill hunger. Okay, we do need food. We in this society, we do need a home. We do need food. We always need shelter. We need clothing, we need shelter, we need food. What I'm trying to say, you don't need to eat luxurious in order to get rid of the hunger, in order to eat and survive. You don't need a glass of soda. You can have a glass of water. So, now Tara Devi, she is a celestial goddess. She is a star goddess. Yes, she is the light, the guiding light at night. She, like the Bodhisattva, will take you across. She protects her devotees from drowning drowning physically and metaphorically, literally and figuratively. She could take us apart. She can take us over our obstacles. She could be the helicopter to take us from one side of the mountain to the other. And if we're trapped on a mountain of our own shit, she's the helicopter to give us an airlift. Tara Devi is a goddess that shows the way. She is the guiding light. She says, yes, you need to go that way. You can't do it, I'll help you. I'll be your boat. I'll be your boat in the flood. I will lift you above the shaking grounds if it's an earthquake. We're talking about figuratively. So she will be our lifeboat, and the guiding light too, to boot. She helps us to reach the shore of samadhi, but the shore of safety as well. She is also for protection. She holds weapons in her hand. She holds a sword. She even holds a shield. She will defend us. She will protect us. She will fight for us. But she will also nurture us, as she does here in the story, where after the ocean of milk was churned, what came out of it were many gifts, but also what came out of it was a poison called hala hala. And no one wanted that gift because it was dangerous. But if someone didn't take it, all life will die. So Shiva goes and he says, I'll accept the gift. He takes the hala hala and drinks it. And he feels sick. And he's dying from this poison. It's hurting him. Along comes Tara. The goddess takes the form of Tara and comes to him. And she nurtures him with her breast. She gives him breast milk. Nothing sexual. This is like mother to child. He drinks the milk and it stops the poison. And the poison, this is why he's called the Lord of the Blue Throat, Nilakantha. And that's where the poison is kept now. The milk stopped it from traveling and neutralized the pain and suffering. But that's why there's a story why Shiva doesn't eat anything spicy, because of that. It would irritate him. So the poison is contained in his throat and not across the universe, not across the world, not to harm us. So Tara comes as a mother to nurture poison. She counteracts poison. Maybe the poison of our thoughts, the poison of the way we feel, the poison of our emotions. Tara can help contain it or neutralize it or help it. It will always be there. It will be there. Unless we go through dementia and forget about it, but it still happened. You know, if someone was raped, if someone was mugged, if someone, you know, had their house burned out and it bothers them, Tara can help. And of course, you know, therapy isn't a bad idea if you need it. I always say, listen, it's wonderful to use the deities. It's wonderful to chant and light your candles and, you know, work with crystals. But it's also wonderful to work with your doctor, with a psychiatrist, with a therapist, with medication if you need it, whether over the counter or prescription, you know. If you need it, you need it. But you can always use the help of Tara to help you. So Tara neutralizes poison. She is good to use in times of great necessity, during times of war, devastation, destruction, during times of pain and suffering. She comes like a bodhisattva to help us. She's even referred to as Tara Durga. Seriously. And I do have a presentation on Durga, so if you want to learn about Durga. She's also called Tara Durga. She's also called, like I said, Mother Dark Blue Sarasvati is one of her meditation forms. And she grants us auspiciousness to those who worship her and love her. She grants auspiciousness. And that you can take refuge into this supreme goddess, this great goddess. So, the term Tara means savior. She's a savior. So when people Christians say you have to have a savior, well, you can save yourself. But Tara is also a savior. Kuan Yin is a savior. Kali Bharatarini, in our aspect of Bharatarini, is a savior. She helps us when she takes us across the ocean and river of suffering and difficulties. So she is a savior. Tara also comes from the root word star, means star. And also from the root word tree, T-R-I. Now tree means three, like Tripura Sundari. Tripura means the three worlds. Three meaning tree, but also means to scatter. Like the stars that are scattered in the heavens above us. Tara is a muse. She's a goddess of our inspiration. She's a muse. She guides us along our creative path. She helps us with our creative juices and ideas. Tara is the power of sound. She is the power of that sound. She is Shabda Shakti. S-H-A-B-D-A Shakti. She corresponds to the first Mahavidya, Kalima, as the power of transformation and time. She is consciousness, awareness. She helps one to become self-aware and aware of the divine. She is the divine word. Tara is both ferocious, but she can be very nurturing. So when we look in her as a Hindu aspect, she's more ferocious. She sometimes wears a knot on her head, like Shiva does. Her hair looks almost like Shiva. So Tara is the sound of prana. She is the purifying power, the force of our breath. She's the sound of our breath. She is the manifestation of sound. So Tara can help us to understand truths, to be able to be aware of deception and lies. So she helps us to understand truth. So she could be using your truth spells, or another thing that she does deal with is astrology, palmistry, and she can help with divination. The Hindu goddess Tara can help you with divination. So, her bija mantra as a Hindu goddess is Om. Om. Her mantra is Om Hrim Stream Hum Vat. Pat. Om Hrim Stream Hum Vat. Om Hrim Stream Hum Vat. Om Hrim Stream Hum Vat. OMHRIMSTRIMHUMPHAT. That's one of her mantras. You can also remove stream, Om Him Trim. I'm trying to remember. Okay, sometimes the Om Him Trim Hum Vat. It's also, she could be Hrim Stream Hum. Trim is also a good syllable to use with her because it delivers with, like I said, deliverance. She can also be worshipped in her more wrathful role as Hum. H-U-M. I just don't want to confuse people. So I'll just give you a few of those mantras. One can concentrate on their breath. Breathe in. Feel the breath go through your nose, down your throat, into your lungs. And if you want, you can visualize the breath going all the way down through your diaphragm into your belly or into any part where you feel there's staleness in your body. You visualize the breath through your nose into your elbows, your fingers. And when you blow it out, you exhale and you visualize all that stillness leaving. And think of the power of Tara. Just breathe in, breathe out. And feel that as Tara, that is the actual goddess. I know in Western thought, like sound, how can sound be a deity? Or how can breath be a deity? I mean, it's right in the gospel, even not to bring up Christian stuff, but St. John, the gospel, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and God was the Word. So, and they forget, like, yeah, deity could be a sound. Deity can be a word, written word. Deity can be breath. The inhalation and exhalation. The sound, the words we say. Om. Or Om. Yes, it's also associated with Ganesha. One day I'll do something on Ganesha. But right now we're concentrating on Tara. We don't want to get off the subject now, do we? Tara takes us to our inner self, the Atman. A-T-M-A-N, the Atman. That is pure silence. It's the gap between each word. I am happy. Between I and am is the gap. So like when you breathe, hold in, that's the gap. Breathe out, that's the gap. And gaps also deal with Dhumavati. But again, I don't want to get off. So she takes us to our Atman. Oh, this couch is creaky. I don't know if you hear it. The wind is kind of picking up here. And I don't know if you hear those taps, kind of. There it goes again. Kind of creepy at night. Actually, when it gets silent here. Hear it? There goes the wind. The whistling of the wind. So, what else do I want to say about Tarot? Because I've been talking for about 45 minutes. Tarot, like a star, can self-combust and go into explosion mode, nova or supernova. Hey, and stars have been known to collapse upon itself and make itself into a black hole. Again, the power of Tarot, to give life or to bring destruction. To bring life, light giving warmth, or death giving heat. Tara, like Kali, is seen drinking blood. Blood hanging on her face and gore coming off her tongue. Wearing a severed heads or skulls. She's not completely naked. Tara could be seen sort of like the anti-model. She hangs out in impure environments, hangs out with death, and pretas, ghosts, and spirits, and jackals, oh my. So here she's seen mocking what is pure. She's like in a state of impurity on a dead corpse and blood hanging out, and you're naked almost in a cremation ground. But again, it's a liberating effect. She insults the status quo. She frees our mind from social prisons. She liberates us from social ideas, imposing social ideas. She destroys residual karma. Tara, with her weapons, can cut away the flotsam and jetsam that's around us. She frees us from our binds. Rama Kempa was her saint, as long as Sri Ramprasad. But Rama Kempa, his name meant like Vama, as well as Vama means the left-hand path. Kempa means madman. So he was the madman of the left-hand path. He was the saint and priest of the Tarapith temple in Bangladesh. And he seemed wild and ferocious on the outside, but inside, he was ever compassionate. But sometimes, you know, there were times where, you know, he would heal people. But one time he met a man that was really bad, and just by touching him, the guy later died. So the story is that he was like, he was sort of like like Sri Ramakrishna was to Kali, Bama Kempa was to Tara. Those are two different men, by the way, two different saints and like Sri Ramakrishna was considered avatar of Vishnu, but was Kali's divine intoxicated saint, where Vamakempa was the divine intoxicated saint of Tara Ma. And in the Tara Ma temple, my friend showed me, my dear friend, who's like the brother from another mother, and I really loved his mother, and she was a self-aware. That woman was a saint. She's passed on, but she's self-aware, and that she's like, I call her little goddess. I actually pray to her, you know, for things. Okay, she's pretty powerful. Even she's more powerful in death than she was in life, and that she's free from her body. And he is a Brahmin, and he's on the path for guru. But he showed me the picture of the feet. There's like golden feet at the Tara Pit temple, and that is worshipped as the feet of Tara. The feet of Tara. People worship this feet. People will touch it. People will bow to it, kiss it. People will maybe even pop. I think they're still allowed to pour offerings there. I've never been there, but Tara was a very, I mean, she was, okay, Tara was a very important goddess, and to her, as well as to my friend Joy, he loves Tara. Of course, he loves Kali, but he's more in tune with Shiva than anything else. You start mentioning the name Shiva, you'll make him happy. So she was very attuned to like Durga and Kali, but she also loved Tara. So Tara likes to appear very ferocious, but she's also kind-hearted to her devotees. She will fight them, just fight for them like a warrior mother goddess. She's one of the ferocious, and yes, she is a dark goddess, as we would say in Wicca and witchcraft. She is a dark goddess. And no, Wicca and witchcraft are two different things. Yes, a Wiccan can be a witch, but not all witches are Wiccan. Get my drift? And I'm not going to be talking about the difference between Wicca and witchcraft and the similarities, whatever. This is not the time and place. So, like I said, her most famous temple in the world is the Tara Pith Temple. Tarapith. Tara Pith Temple. So I'm just looking up pictures of Tara here. Here we go. She looks like Kali, but that's not Kali, that's Tara. And see the lotus she's holding? And the pot belly? And the tiger. And look at the snake on top of her head. That's Tara. And she looks like Kali, doesn't she? Let's look at some more pictures of her. Let's go to images. Well, some of these images are Kali. Let's look. Actually, look. Here we are. Looks like Kali holding a scissors. That's Tara Ma. Looks like Kali, but holding a lotus and tiger skin. That is Tara. Here's another picture that looks like Kali, but that's Tara. Let's look at pictures of Kali, okay? I should have brought some statues out here. Kali. We'll just put that, because I'll get a whole bunch of other things if I just put down Kali. 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 Durga. Right there, and that's Kali. Kali. And if you want to know more about Kali, I have a presentation on Kali. So Tara can bring us to a world of peace and harmony. And forgiveness. She helps us to know when to do something and when not to do something, and to take right action. So what else do I want to talk about? Tara, I almost said Kali, sorry. Some people offer her menstrual blood, incense, hibiscus, lotuses. It can go either or. Some people give her, especially tantric, wine, fish, meat. But some people will only give her vegetarian because they're vegetarians themselves. Milk is a good idea for her. Yogurt. Usually plain is given, but hey, you can give her flavored creams. Can't go wrong with chocolate. Sweet things like honey, candies, works of art, poetry. So you can give her honey, fruits, nuts. So those are some of the things that you can give her. Let's look at the closer image of her yantra, and that would be her right here. The bindu would be the goddess. So what else shall we talk about her? Is she approachable? There is approachable ways. Some people may be turned off by the Mahavidya right away, especially if they're not sure, especially with a ferocious goddess. She is said to be more approachable than Kali in that way. So other things about her is that, yes, she is the power of what Kali does, but people find comfort in her. You get my drift? Even though she's a dark goddess. I'm just listening to this wind. She can help us meditate to get into that feeling of spirituality, meditation. She's a goddess of many blessings, of course. And she is very dear to Lord Shiva, for she saved him, in which I said he became known as Nilakanta. So there's different debates of whether she was originally Buddhist. Many feel that she was originally Hindu, and that her oldest form was in Hinduism. But anyways, I do hope you like this presentation. I've been talking for over an hour and 4 minutes, and I hope now when you see pictures of Kali and Tao, you'll be able to know the difference between them. Like, you won't see Kali with this type of bindu. It looks like, you know, from Target, the store Target. I hate to say that, but it looks like, you know, the white and red dot. Think of the chain store Target. Kali doesn't wear a bindu that looks like that. And here we see her here. Tara. If you like my presentation, then give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Hit me up in the comments. I will answer them, or at least respond to them as soon as I am able to. Please share my video with friends and family. With your Facebook group or your other social media handles. I do not have a Patreon account, so please donate to something like the Red Cross or for charities that are helping the people of Ukraine. And Braden Timmons, you can check him out on YouTube. I think he's still raising money for his Sally movie. If you like horror movies like I do, it's going to be about a demon who haunts this house, and she doesn't like being disturbed. Also think about rescues, your local rescue. You know, you can give money, you can donate your time, donate towels, unopened bottles of alcohol peroxide. They need that. They are in need of a lot of places have wish lists and they're needing of alcohol peroxide, hand sanitizer, you know, your used towels. Make sure it's not like all messed up, but something if you were going to throw away and it's still usable. Or if you got washcloth, give it to them. Disposable or reusable gloves, something that you didn't use, of course. They need that. It's not just food that they need. You could get them kitten milk, kitten milk, replacement milk. What else do they need? So they need about a lot of different things. Cat brushes, believe it or not, like flea combs. They can use all of that. So you don't just have to give them one red cent. You can give them something that you have, you know, that you have unopened, and give it to them. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you really like my channel, please subscribe to help my channel grow. Thank you so much. And as always, blessed be.